Alright guys, before we get started, I want everyone to hit that subscribe button, and at the end of this video, if you know you've learned something, I want you to give this video a thumbs up. So my client wanted his beard cut down closer to the face. In order to do that, I put the 2 guard on the clipper and I cut against the grain because it makes it easier to get an even and more consistent cut. When cutting against the grain, you have a lot more wiggle room to turn the clipper every which way. Make sure everything's shaved nice and even. So I jumped the gun right here, guys. I put the lever open first instead of bringing that guideline down into the middle of his ear. So that's what you see me correcting right here. Once you have that guideline in the middle of his ear, you want to start with the lever open, going up only a little over 1/2 inch. When putting in these guidelines, you want to make sure you're going over the same spot a couple of times just to make sure everything's consistent. Once you have that guideline in, you want to put the 0.5 guard on the blade, and you want to go up about the same width, only over a little 1/2 inch, and make sure you're going over the same spot to make sure everything's consistent. Now that the 0.5 guide is in there, you now need to take out that line you just created. In order to do so, we're going to use the open, halfway, and close method. So with the open lever, that's when you put in the guideline. With the halfway close, you just want to attack that line you created, attack that line, fade it out, and to completely take that line out, you want to close the lever all the way, just flicking at that line and watch that line disappear. Then I went to the 1.5 guard, and I started about 2 inches below that last line that you can see. And I started with the lever open, still using the same open, halfway, and close method, going up on the beard and closer to that guideline. Once you've reached the closed position in the 1.5 guard, you should be approximately 1 inch away from that last line. Now you're going to use the 1 guard with the open, halfway, and close method to fade it out completely. And let's not forget that we do have one more guideline from that lever open. So once you've done with the guards, with the lever open, halfway, and closed, you want to just take out that top guideline you created, that very first guideline you created. And once you've done that, you now have a complete fade. I really hope you guys are able to follow me. I know I'm making it look pretty easy, but guys, believe me, trust me, it is as easy as it seems. All it takes is consistency and practice. Now, when it comes to lining up a beard, guys, it's pretty straightforward. You just want to follow the natural hairline of the beard. No need to push anyone back. And with client consultation, they'll let you know if they want you to cut a little higher under the jaw or just leave the hairs that's on the neck there. So all I'm doing right here, guys, is detail work. I saw a couple of spots that were a little darker than others, so I put the 1 guard on here and I went with the grain this time because remember, we went against the grain. So with a lower guard, we're going to go with the grain. They're going to balance out to just lighten up a couple areas. I know I'm giving you guys a lot of advice and a lot of free game and a lot of tips, but what always works for me doesn't always work for everyone else. In order to find your comfortability and your sweet spot and you find out what works for you, is to actually go out there and do it. So I encourage you guys to stay consistent, keep your head up, don't ever give up because it will come to you and it will come to you naturally one day. Just stay consistent and stay down. And I'm still lining the beard up under the neck, just keeping everything nice and natural. And around the cheekbones, you'll see some new growth. I just cut the new growth off and I'm going to finish it off with a razor. So with my trimmers, I'm actually going to leave a little room. I'm going to leave a little new growth and finish it out with the razor because I find when I use the trimmers, it cuts too much hair off the beard. So I just kind of give it a pre-lineup. That's what I like to call it. I give it a pre-lineup, and as you can see, I finish it off with the razor. Razor on the beard is how you're gonna get the sharpest natural look. That's really for any type of lineup, but that razor on the beard just really hits different. It makes it pop right before you put the enhancements on it. And before you want to do anything extra to the haircut, such as enhancements or pencil, you want to make sure that natural line is as crisp as possible. Enhancements should always be a want and never a need, guys. When it comes to using enhancements, I use the no drip and fibers just for a fuller look. And once I spray the fibers on, I go behind it with a comb and just brush everything in just to make sure everything's evenly spread. And just to close the cutout, I always go back with a razor and razor check my cut just to make sure no hair, no stray hair is left behind. Plus the razor, like I said, just makes everything look so much better. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really hope you guys learned something today, man. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button so other people can see this video and other people can learn too. And I really appreciate you guys for tapping in. Make sure to stay tuned and follow me on all social media platforms. And if you want to book an appointment, just check out the description. And I hope to see you guys soon.